$500 billion.
A circumference of precisely 4 kilometers. A self-sustaining maritime settlement designed to house up to 40,000 inhabitants in the middle of the open ocean. When we analyze the physical parameters of Japan's proposed Dogen City, we are not looking at a mere architectural concept. We are examining an extreme marine engineering challenge. The central physics problem is brutally straightforward. How do you construct a massive, free-floating structural matrix that will not be compromised or entirely ripped apart by the kinetic energy of a Category 5 super typhoon or the sudden immense hydrostatic pressure of a seismic tsunami? The answer does not rely on science fiction. It is an unprecedented integration of fluid dynamics, ultra-high-performance material science, and automated buoyancy control systems. To understand the mechanics of this megaproject, we must first dissect its 3 primary subsystems. First, the habitable ring. This is the outer structural shield, acting simultaneously as a high-density living space and a massive kinetic breakwater. Second, the undersea edge data center. Located completely submerged beneath the surface, it utilizes the ocean's natural thermal gradients to achieve highly continuous liquid cooling for thousands of high-performance computing racks. Third, the internal floating architecture. These are independent, modular pontoons floating within the calm artificial lagoon created by the outer ring. These internal modules are unanchored to the seafloor, free to move and physically reconfigure based on the settlement's evolving spatial requirements. The absolute heart of this defense mechanism is the outer hull of the habitable ring. Constructing a continuous 4-kilometer barrier in a highly corrosive marine environment renders standard structural carbon steel virtually obsolete. The saltwater corrosion rate would severely degrade the structural integrity within a single decade. Therefore, the primary building material engineered for this hull is marine-grade ultra-high-performance concrete, or HPC. This is not your standard construction material. HEPC boasts a compressive strength exceeding 150 megapascals. This extreme density is achieved through an engineered micromatrix of silica fume and fine quartz aggregates, drastically reducing the material's porosity. However, concrete is inherently weak under tensile stress. To counteract the immense bending moments exerted by relentless ocean swells, the UHPC modules are reinforced with a secondary skeletal grid of titanium alloy rebars. Why titanium? Because titanium offers an exceptional strength-to-weight ratio and is fundamentally immune to chloride ion penetration. This prevents the internal oxidation, expansion, and subsequent cracking that typically destroys conventional reinforced concrete in seawater. The manufacturing of these massive hull modules requires specialized industrial casting yards, utilizing thermal curing chambers to precisely control the hydration process and ensure zero microfractures in the finished module. But advanced materials alone cannot withstand the apex forces of nature. When a tsunami wave front approaches, it carries millions of tons of dynamic water pressure. If a rigid structure attempts to stubbornly resist this force, it will inevitably experience catastrophic material fatigue and shear failure. Dogen City is engineered to survive by dynamically adapting its physical profile. It relies on a hyper-responsive hydrostatic mechanism. Deep within the lower levels of the ring structure, a complex network of autonomous ballast tanks and high-volume axial flow pumps is continuously on standby. Connected to a localized seismic and weather radar network, the automated system can calculate the trajectory of a rogue wave or tsunami strike minutes before the actual impact. Once the threat is mathematically validated, the active defense protocol initiates. The industrial axial pumps, capable of displacing hundreds of cubic meters of seawater per second, begin rapidly flooding specific lower buoyancy chambers. Within a matter of minutes, the entire megacity purposefully sinks several meters deeper into the ocean, drastically lowering its center of gravity. This emergency maneuver heavily stabilizes the platform against severe rolling and pitching motions. Furthermore, the outer geometric profile of the ring is not a flat vertical wall. It is precisely angled, mathematically modeled after the hydrodynamic hull of an Arctic icebreaker. As the towering wall of water strikes, the angled facade forces the wave to break upwards, forcing it to dissipate its kinetic energy into the air, rather than allowing the city to absorb the blunt, horizontal impact. This specific hydrodynamic design slices through the hydraulic pressure, channeling the displaced water smoothly around the curved perimeter of the city, minimizing the overall drag coefficient and preserving the integrity of the structural core. However, a continuous solid ring of this sheer magnitude is physically impossible to cast as a single monolithic structure. It must be systematically assembled from hundreds of prefabricated interlocking segments. In any modular maritime structure, the critical point of failure always lies in the connections. To bridge these massive 50,000-ton UHPC segments, engineers employ heavy-duty hydraulic hinge joints combined with synthetic elastomeric bearing pads. These joints are deliberately not rigid. They are designed with a highly calculated degree of mechanical tolerance. As the ocean surface constantly undulates, these hinges allow individual ring segments to flex and pivot slightly, up to several degrees on a multi-axis plane. This deliberate flexibility prevents the deadly accumulation of extreme bending stress that would otherwise snap a rigid 4-kilometer structure in half. It operates as a dynamic load distribution network. Furthermore, internal tensioning cables, woven from ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene, run continuously through the entire circumference of the ring, functioning similarly to the main steel tendons in a suspension bridge. These cables are hydraulically tightened to bind the massive modules together. They maintain the perfect circular geometry of the city, while still allowing the necessary structural micro-movements to absorb the relentless cyclic loading of the deep ocean. Manufacturing a floating megastructure of this unprecedented scale demands a fundamental overhaul of traditional shipbuilding protocols. You cannot simply build Dogen City in a standard coastal dry dock and tow a 4-kilometer concrete ring into the Pacific Ocean. The construction sequence requires the deployment of massive floating dry docks, effectively operating as localized autonomous maritime factories directly on the water. These gigafactories are the backbone of the assembly line. Inside these semi-submersible platforms, armies of heavy-duty articulated industrial robots execute a fully automated fabrication process. First, the titanium alloy skeletal grids are assembled using continuous robotic laser welding. This ensures zero human error in the structural framing, providing absolute metallurgical consistency across thousands of joints. Once the reinforcing matrix is secured, the ultra-high performance concrete is pumped into the multi-chambered molds. To prevent the formation of structural cold joints which occur when a new batch of concrete is poured over an already curing layer, the pouring process must be absolutely continuous. Massive industrial concrete extruders work relentlessly, operating 24 hours a day, filling the complex internal geometry of the 50,000-ton modules. Once a primary module achieves its designated compressive strength, the floating dry dock ballasts down, submerging its deck and allowing the newly cast monolithic structure to float freely. This initiates the most hazardous phase of the operation, extreme maritime logistics. Transporting a 50,000-ton unpowered concrete block from the coastal fabrication zone to the designated open ocean coordinates is a logistical nightmare. It requires a synchronized fleet of high bollard pull ocean tugs. The sheer inertia of a structure this massive means that accelerating, decelerating, or altering course takes hours of calculated thrust. The towing operation must strictly factor in complex fluid dynamics, anticipating multi-directional ocean currents and sudden meteorological shifts. A single miscalculation in thrust vectoring could result in the module breaking its heavy-duty towing hawsers, creating an uncontrollable drifting kinetic hazard. Upon arriving at the designated GPS coordinates, the heavy lift logistics transition into precision offshore assembly. This is where the engineering tolerances narrow down from meters to mere millimeters. How do you align and mechanically connect two 50,000-ton structures heaving independently on the open ocean? The answer lies in Dynamic Positioning Class 3 or DP3 technology. The installation vessels and the modules themselves are temporarily outfitted with omnidirectional azimuth thrusters continuously linked to a high-frequency satellite positioning grid. The DP3 system's central processing unit recalculates the thruster output hundreds of times per second, actively counteracting the kinetic energy of the wind and surface currents. This automated propulsion matrix forces the massive concrete blocks to remain almost perfectly static in a chaotic fluid environment. As the two modules are drawn together by hydraulic winches, the alignment must achieve an operational tolerance of less than 5 mm. Industrial guide pins forged from solid high-tensile steel slot into receiving chambers, perfectly aligning the primary hydraulic hinge joints. Once seated, automated locking mechanisms drive massive steel locking pins through the hinges, permanently tethering the modules. This high-stakes make-or-break connection sequence must be executed during specific, narrow weather windows, as an unexpected swell during the pinning process could violently smash the modules together, instantly pulverizing the UHPC contact surfaces. However, assembling the ring is only part of the engineering equation. Before a single human resident is permitted to inhabit the structure, the individual components and the integrated connections must undergo brutal, uncompromising quality control and kinetic testing. In advanced hydrodynamic wave basins ashore, scaled physical models of the Dogen City structural joints are subjected to simulated continuous Category 5 hurricane conditions. High-volume wave generators pound the structures with water pressures equivalent to a 20-meter tsunami wall, continuously monitoring the structural shear and bending moments via thousands of embedded strain gauges. Simultaneously, the real-world modules undergo rigorous non-destructive testing on site. Because the structural integrity of the UHPC heavily relies on its dense micromatrix, even a microscopic air cavity or a hairline fracture could initiate catastrophic material fatigue under the relentless cyclical loading of the ocean. To guarantee absolute structural density, engineering teams deploy automated crawler robots equipped with phased array ultrasonic testing and industrial X-ray scanners. These diagnostic machines crawl across the entirety of the concrete surface, scanning deep into the core to verify the structural continuity of the titanium grid and the complete absence of internal voids. Every single hydraulic hinge, tensioning cable, and concrete joint is mapped into a comprehensive digital twin of the megacity. This digital replication continuously processes real-time sensor data from the physical structure, utilizing predictive algorithms to identify any localized stress accumulations long before they escalate into critical mechanical failures. The margin for error in this operational environment is strictly zero. If a primary structural tendon fails during a severe meteorological event, the cascading kinetic load transferred to the adjacent hinges could trigger a catastrophic structural unzipping of the entire 4-kilometer ring. Therefore, the testing and safety protocols are not just regulatory formalities, they are the fundamental physics keeping the city afloat. The mechanical complexity of the main hinge system warrants deeper analysis. These are not simple pivot points. They are highly engineered multi-axis elastomeric bearing assemblies. Encased within heavy marine-grade steel housings, layers of synthetic vulcanized rubber are interleaved with high-strength steel plates. This configuration allows the bearing to compress and deform under extreme loads, effectively absorbing and dampening the kinetic shock waves transferring between the massive concrete modules. When a localized swell lifts one segment, the elastomeric pad compresses on one side, allowing the joint to articulate while simultaneously exerting a restorative force to push the modules back into horizontal alignment. Furthermore, the entire circumference of the structural ring is post-tensioned. Deep within the UHPC core, continuous longitudinal conduits house bundles of ultra-high tensile steel cables. Once a section of the ring is pinned together, specialized hydraulic jacks apply thousands of tons of pulling force to these cables, stretching them to a precise engineered limit before permanently anchoring them. This post-tensioning process actively compresses the concrete segments together, ensuring that even under extreme bending moments caused by wave troughs and crests, the concrete remains in a state of compression, totally eliminating tensile forces that cause structural fracturing. Beyond the sheer kinetic resistance of the outer hull, the true viability of Dogen City relies entirely on its subsea infrastructure. A floating megacity cannot depend on vulnerable terrestrial supply chains for its critical utilities. It must operate as a thermodynamically closed-loop system, generating its own power and processing its own fresh water directly from the surrounding marine environment. The mechanical heart of this self-sufficiency is the Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion, or OTEC network housed within the submerged lower levels of the ring. OTEC technology exploits the natural thermal gradient of the ocean. The surface water, heated by solar radiation, sits at approximately 25 degrees Celsius, while water pumped from a depth of 800 meters remains near a constant 4 degrees Celsius. Massive titanium heat exchangers utilize the warm surface water to vaporize a low boiling point working fluid such as anhydrous ammonia. The expanding vapor drives a closed-cycle turbine generator, producing a continuous baseload electrical output. The cold deep sea water is then pumped up through high-density polyethylene intake pipes measuring over 3 meters in diameter to condense the ammonia vapor back into a liquid, infinitely repeating the thermodynamic cycle. Because this system operates 24 hours a day, regardless of weather conditions, it eliminates the intermittency issues associated with conventional offshore wind or solar grids. Complementing the OTEC system is a localized grid of hydrodynamic microturbines integrated directly into the lower hull profile. As the natural ocean currents and tidal flows sweep past the engineered curvature of the city, they are funneled through specialized venturi tubes. This hydrodynamic compression accelerates the water velocity, spinning the bidirectional turbine blades to harvest supplementary kinetic energy. Simultaneously, the electrical baseload powers the city's industrial-scale desalination plant. To sustain a population of 40,000, the facility must process millions of liters of potable water daily. Instead of relying on energy-intensive thermal distillation, Dogen City utilizes advanced reverse osmosis, or RO. High-pressure multi-stage centrifugal pumps force pre-filtered seawater into pressure vessels containing spiral wound, semi-permeable polymer membranes. Operating at pressures exceeding 70 bar, the system overcomes the natural osmotic pressure of seawater, stripping away the dissolved sodium chloride and heavy minerals at a molecular level. The resulting ultra-pure water is then remineralized for human consumption and agricultural use within the habitable ring, while the highly concentrated brine byproduct is safely diluted and dispersed back into the ocean via an engineered diffuser network to prevent
localized hypersalinity.
When we analyze the broader economic and infrastructural impact of Dogen City, it represents a massive paradigm shift in coastal engineering. For decades, offshore construction has been strictly tethered to the seabed, relying on driven steel piles or gravity-based anchors. This floating megaproject shatters that limitation. By proving that a massive, unanchored, dynamically positioned structure can safely mitigate the extreme kinetic forces of the open ocean, it redefines the physical limits of human spatial planning. The modular UHPC construction process establishes a highly scalable manufacturing pipeline. The floating dry dock assembly line can be replicated, allowing for the mass production of maritime city blocks, effectively commodifying artificial offshore real estate. Dogen City is not merely an architectural concept or a speculative sanctuary. It is a rigorous, billion-dollar application of fluid dynamics, advanced metallurgy, and automated systems engineering. It stands as a testament to the absolute peak of modern manufacturing, demonstrating our capability to engineer highly resilient, self-sustaining infrastructure in the most volatile environments on Earth. If you want to continue exploring the extreme engineering and mechanical realities behind the world's most ambitious megaprojects, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We will keep dissecting the infrastructure that is actively building the future.